Hey everyone, have you seen what Apple just dropped? Yeah, I'm talking about the Apple Liquid UI. And the internet is losing its mind. Some say it's the future of UI, and some say it's a usability nightmare. Honestly, I think debates are fun, but what's even more fun is actually making this thing yourself. And lucky for us, it's crazy easy to build in Figma. Grab my starter Figma file from the description or just follow along and make your own from scratch. Oh, and if you want to build this in Framer, try the newly launched Framer workshop, which lets you recreate effects like Liquid UI with actual code-free interactivity. I've got a full tutorial on how to use the workshop in Framer, and I've linked it in the description below. Seriously, check it out to see how magical Framer workshop really is. You'll be blown away. Now, without further ado, let's dive into our Figma tutorial. So what I've done so far is I've used a frame and I've put a nice background on it. Now here on the side, I'm going to write the text. Let's just say glass button. And I'm going to change the font of this text. Let's just go with the Apple font that we have. So let's just change Enter to SF Pro, just like that. And you need to agree here and you're done. Let us also increase the font size. I'm going to go with maybe 32 and done. Our text is ready. Now we need to create a button around it. To do that, I'm going to press Shift and A on my keyboard. That will enable the auto layout. And once that is done, I'm going to select this frame and I'm going to adjust the padding, the side padding. Let's just make it 32. And top and bottom, I'm going to change that as well to maybe 16. So yeah, this looks like a good button here with nice padding around. Next, let's also add some corner radius of maybe 100. We want it completely round. Now we can't tell if the radius has been added because we don't have any stroke or color here, any fill here. So I'm just going to add a stroke so that this button is visible and we can see the corner radius now. Now our basic button is ready. To make it Liquid UI, what I'm going to do is create a rectangle here. So pressing R on my keyboard and creating a rectangle right here. Now this rectangle should be inside our button frame, right? So let's just do that. And also let's change the position to absolute so we can just move it around and it takes up the, the space inside the button frame that we have. Just like that, quickly just repositioning it. And I'm going to place this on the edge of the artboard that we have, overlapping it so that when we make any changes and add effects to this rectangle and we add that Liquid UI effect, you can easily make out what the beauty of this effect is. And also this rectangle needs to be bigger than the size of the button. So I'm just going to quickly make it bigger, just like that. Now, as we can see, our text is not visible. So let's just reorder these layers just like that. And now we have our glass button text on top of the rectangle. Great. Now to achieve that liquid glass effect, we need to add some effects to the rectangle. So let's just select the rectangle and go to fill. I'm going to make it completely white and change the opacity to maybe just, 1%. And yeah. Now to create the glass effect, can you guess what effect I'm planning to add first? Well, it's the background blur. We need to create that, blurry background. So for that, we're going to add the background blur effect right here. And let's just update this blurred value to 6. Now we need to add a couple of more effects to bring that liquid glass effect. To do that, I'm going to add the texture effect. So yeah, let's just change the value here. And we want the texture effect to go under the background blur. So I'm going to drag the background blur on top of texture and update the values here. The size, let's just do some really big size of maybe 90. And radius, we can keep it 20. Now, this might look slightly weird at the moment as in what really has happened, but don't worry. I'm going to show you something really quick. What we're going to do is let's just close texture and I'm going to select this frame right here. And we are going to enable the clip component. So let's just go there. Under auto layout, you'll find clip component. Just clip it. And now that texture has gone inside the button. So now when you move the button, you'll be able to see the texture happening in the background of the button. To make it more evident, let's just look at these lines here. So you see how there's this blurry effect. So yeah, it's pretty cool, but the process doesn't stop here. We also have to make this button look like a glass button, right? So we need to work on this further. To do that, just select the main frame And let's just get rid of the stroke. We don't need that. I'm going to add some effects, some inner shadows to make this look like a glass button. We're going to change the position here. Let's just change the position X and Y to 1. Blur, let that be 4. And for the color, we're going to make it white. I'm going to change the opacity here to somewhere around, let's just say 50%. So once that's done, you're going to see something like this. Let's just add another inner shadow. So going to effects, inner shadow, and this time the position is going to be -1 for X and -1 for Y. The color is again going to be white, so let's just do that. And we're also going to change the blur value this time. Instead of 4, let's just make it 1. And the color opacity, let's just keep it at 20%. Now, the ultimate goal here is to make this button look like a glass button. So we're just adding all these inner shadows in different values to achieve that perfect glassy visual effect. So yeah, you can see this is already taking shape. There is this beautiful, reflecting glass sort of an effect, but we need to add some more here. So selecting the frame again, and I'm going to add some more effects. Again, inner shadow. So let's just click on this add button. Quickly adding another inner shadow effect. Position on X and Y will be 1. Blur will be 1. Color will be white. And for the opacity, this time we can keep it somewhere around 45%. So I'm just quickly doing that. And there we go. Here we have it. Doing it one last time again, going to effects. This time the position is going to be -1 for inner shadow. Blur 1. And we're going to change the color to white. And let's change the opacity to again 45%. And for the color here, maybe we can keep it slightly grayish because it's coming from the back of the button. So maybe, yeah, this will make it a little more realistic. So there we have it. And with that, we are all set. Let's just close this. And it's time for us to play around with our glass button. This looks super cool, isn't it? Let's just zoom out a little bit and have a better look. To add cherry on the icing, I'm going to do one more thing. Select the rectangle here and go to fill. Inside of which you'll find the blending modes option. Just go there and select plus lighter. And with that final step, we have created our beautiful Apple UI glass button. You can play around with the opacity if you want to. And that's it. Apple level liquid UI in Figma. Easy, right? You can go wild from here. Add icons, text, experiment with your own colors. Want to try it for yourself? The starter Figma file is waiting in the description, totally free. Or start from scratch and tag me with your wildest versions. So is Apple Liquid UI the future of design or just a pretty trend? Drop your hot take in the comments. And if you learned something new, hit like, subscribe, and share your creations. I want to see what you come up with. See you in the next one.